Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Sassy D. For those watching me for the first time, you are welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time watching me, kindly click the subscribe button. Hit the bell notifications to always get my uploads. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, okay? Join the family. Let's build a tribe, okay? So in this channel, we talk about health from your head down to your toes, okay? Both body and spirit, okay? Because we know the flesh is just this, this is just flesh. Okay, we're not dealing with this, but we're dealing with the inner, okay? We work on the inner and it shines through, okay? So today we're going to be talking about pregnancy one-on-one, okay? Pregnancy 101. People are like, what do you mean by pregnancy 101? Like, what's going on with you today, D? Like, okay, first of all, I just wanted to start with I am not a healthcare practitioner, okay? I do have a pharmacy assistant, okay, certificate backing me up. However, it is not enough. This is just something that I researched, something that I did that worked for me, okay? So it can work for you too. Just believe and have faith. All right, guys, let's get started. It's like, why are you blinking? Like, why are you winking your eyes? Girl, because I wanted to. Let's get started. Okay, let's get serious. Okay? So, in today's world, I know I'm going to go there. I'm going to talk about all these things, all these boring things before we get into it. Okay? So, like I mentioned, I am not a practitioner. So, let's make that clear. Okay? I am not a doctor. Okay? I'm not a nurse. So let's make that clear too. Anyways, so in today's world, we make it such a big deal. You know, we have to have kids at this age. We have to have this. It has to be you. If you have a C-section, you're this. We put ourselves in certain class, in certain, I'm like, why? It doesn't matter how a child comes as long as that child is healthy, as long as that child is good. Like, what's your problem? If you aren't this, you're not a full woman. If you don't push a woman through your vagina, you're not a, if you don't get, if you get the epidural, you're not a woman. You're not a true woman. You're not a true this. I'm like, stop your nonsense. What is the definition of a real woman? What is the real true definition of a real woman? Because let me understand in the comment section, because it seems like a lot of y'all are really confused what the definition of a real woman is. Hello? Do you need to have a child to make you a full-grown woman or to make you a full this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Children are a blessing and a gift from God. Please, people need to understand, because a person does not have children, it doesn't mean you can use that to rub it on their faces. Nobody knows tomorrow. God forbid, anything can happen to you tomorrow. Anything can happen to... Look at someone that had 3 children in one day, wiped out. And I'm not praying for that for you. I rebuke that for you. But do not ever come to a place where you mock somebody because they do not have children or because you have this over them. Nobody's guaranteed anything in this life. It is not guaranteed forever. Okay? We're only here to touch and tomorrow is gone. Sorry, I had to whistle. Like, why are you doing that? But anyways, I wrote down some notes, okay? So if you see me staring and looking down, I wrote some notes, okay? So, yes, it's a little cute. Hey. Yes, because I didn't want to miss a thing, okay? So you guys just bear with me, and I have some herbs that I'm going to bring up later on because I want you guys to see exactly what I'm working with, okay? Exactly what I used, what you can use in certain situations. It depends on what situation. It depends on your situation, really, okay? So, number 1, okay? So if you've been having issues trying to conceive, trying to, get pregnant, girl, I got you. Your last resort does not have to be IVF. Like your only result, if I should say, shouldn't have to be IVF. The doctors will tell you that. Go for IVF because they want that money. They want you to go for. Do you know how expensive IVF is? If that's you, if that's something you want to do, hey, kudos to you. But there's a lot of people that cannot afford IVF. So I am here today, guys, okay, to give you the one-on-one, okay? One-on-one, one-on-one, whatever you want to place it at, call it whatever. There's a lot of people today that just cannot afford that IVF, okay? For some people, they're dealing with blocked tubes. Some people are dealing with tilted womb, you name it. So I am going to give you every single info, okay? So if I miss any, let me know in the comment section and then I would do another video. This is going to be a very long video. So feel free to watch the one that is concerning to you, or the one that mostly classifies. I wouldn't say use classify, I wouldn't classify you in whatever, like the one that mostly refers to you, your situation, if I should say, okay? So let's get to it. I know I've said that so many times, but now let's get to it. Feels like I'm doing an intro. Guys, see the way my belly is sweeting me that I'm giving you guys this info for free. You don't have to pay for it. Okay? Once you get this, it works for you, pass it on to somebody else. Don't ever hold on to something that worked for you. Pass it on. Okay? So, number one. Okay? Some of you guys cannot get pregnant, okay? Because number one, you're stressing out. Stress causes a lot of major role, like it plays a key role in the reason why a lot of you cannot get pregnant. Yes, if you are stressing out, stress can really cause a lot of damages. It can even cause you to have cancer. Keep that in mind, okay? If you're constantly stressing out, it can cause you to have cancer. Keep that in mind. So if your level of stress is a lot, take that vacation. Go somewhere, do something fun, hang out with your friends, because it can really lead you into depression as well, especially when it comes to this fertility business, because a lot of people have a funny way of shoving it in a lot of your faces. I know some of you might be going through it right now. Some of you are going through your journey. It's not an easy thing. For some of you that have lost your children due to stress, oh my goodness, I am sorry that you had to go through all that. It's a difficult thing, especially when you are in your second trimester, or even if you're in your first, in the very first day you lose it, it's still a traumatic thing. So stress, it plays a major key role in the reason why a lot of you are not pregnant or you cannot keep a baby. Okay, so the way to deal with stress, first of all, if it's psychological stress, you need to seek out for help. Either you go for counseling, you go to a therapist, you go to your pastor, you pray about it, you exercise. There's different ways to kill a rat, they say. There's different ways to kill stress. Yes, if you keep on stressing, especially every single month, a lot of women stress about it. Am I pregnant yet? Am I pregnant yet? To the point where they start to, anyways, we'll get to that, further down the video, because I'm going to talk about that too. Yes, so stress can really cause a lot of things in the body. So if you want to get pregnant, you have to find a way to eliminate that stress. And if you want to stop having miscarriages, for some of you, it's easy for you to get pregnant, but you lose it because you are stressed out. And some of you, it's that spouse that stresses you out. You need to find your peace, okay? You need to find your peace. It could be, going out for early morning walks before you go to walk. It could even be your job that's stressing you out, right? It could be whatever. Find a way to reduce that stress. If you cannot completely eliminate that stress, going for a walk, exercising, reading your books, watching a movie, something to take your mind off that stress completely, okay? So let's move on to number two. So number two, now I'm going to talk about miscarriage, okay? I know it's a very touching topic to talk about because I too have also gone through miscarriage, okay? So it's very touchy, right? So we have to talk about this. For some people, it's easy for them to conceive, but the moment they conceive, they lose that baby. Number one is due to stress. Number two is due to a lot of things. Either you're a smoker or you have your chromosomes are out of whack. You know, so many things that can cause it. That is why it is highly important before you even consider having a baby, go and do your pelvic examination test. It's highly important. If you don't know what that is, it's basically when they examine all your reproductive organs, right? They examine it to make sure that everything is good in there. You know, they do ultrasound, but outer ultrasound, when I say outer, it's like when they put that monitor and then, you know, that clear cream or whatever you want to call it, and they check, you know, to see if there's something, you know, wrong with anything in your system. And then they have the in where they do, it's like a long stick where they place sometimes they place condoms, okay? I know, TMI, too much information. So where they place it in your vagina and then they search in there to make sure that everything is all good with your reproductive organs, right? So in order for them to do that, right, you'd have to be laying down. Anyways, when you book your appointment, they will explain that to you. But however, how that's done, you're laying down, legs open, and then that the camera is inserted to make sure, you know, you don't have anything wrong with your fallopian tubes, with any of your reproductive organs, right? So, and then there's your blood test to make sure your everything is on top, your B vitamins. It's to make sure everything is at a normal level, to make sure that your hormones are stable, because that can also cause a lot of things. Okay, so anyways, moving on. So most of the time why people have miscarriages, like I mentioned, number one, stress. Number two, you're a smoker. Number three, you're a drinker. Okay? So a lot of things can really go wrong here, people. When you drink, when you smoke, okay, when you're stressed out, and so many other things can also lead to it. As for some of you, okay, you have weak cervix. And for some of you, you have such a weak cervix that anytime your partner comes and insert, you know, his penis, it opens your cervix even more, right? And then the baby comes out. It doesn't matter whatever stage the baby's at. The baby just shh. Yes. So you have to be careful. Yes. If you are that person, okay, maybe you and your husband can come to, you know, an agreement of something. Okay, during this stage of my life, if we really want this, we really have to sacrifice this, and this, right? We can't be having sex. We can't be doing this, right? So you can, you know, survive that 9 months with that baby, right? So this is something you really have to really think about. Okay? So, and there's other things that can lead to miscarriages too as well. So there's a lot of factors to this, but these are just the little, this is going to be a long video, like I said. This is just the little things we just mentioned. Okay? You're feel free to do more research, but these are, you know, some of the reasons why a woman will have miscarriage. Okay? So I'm going to be showing you guys some herbs on how to strengthen your uterus, okay? Herbs to cleanse the uterus, to detox, okay? Different herbs, okay? On if you have blocked fallopian tubes, herbs for that as well. Different things, but that would be down the line. So right now we're just talking about hitting different points and what could cause you to be infertile, or what could cause you to, you know, have miscarriage. Okay, so that was Number 2. So number 3, like I mentioned, is tilted womb. Okay, so what we mean by tilted womb, okay, for some people, their womb, the womb is forward. Okay, tilted is backward. Okay, so if instead of your womb to be in a normal position, it is abnormal. Okay, for some of you that have that, it is very hard to have kids. It's not impossible. Do not ever let anybody lie to y'all that it is impossible to have kids when you have tilted womb. With God, all things are possible. It is not impossible. However, it is very difficult to have kids with tilted womb. Okay? So, with that now, the only way to solve that situation, okay? Excuse me. The only way to solve that situation, okay, if you're really finding it difficult, you've been trying for several years and still nothing, like I mentioned, if you've tried for over a year and you haven't had a child yet, okay, it's either your womb needs cleansing, or you have something going on down there, or you have some bacteria, you have your hormones are out of whack. You need to do the pelvic examination, and then you also need to do your blood test. It will check if your hormones are imbalanced. You also need to do your urine test. Okay, so all these will really help you. So with that now, with the tilted womb, so what you would do with that, you will either get a surgery, okay, and they will shift it to the normal position, and then they would tie, I don't know, I can't remember exactly how it's done, but it would need surgery. Some people say that they've successfully done it the natural way before. However, nothing is guaranteed, okay? So you can do your own research how to, take care of that naturally and stuff like that. But it is not impossible, okay? It is not impossible to have kids when you have tilted womb, okay? So one of the things you can do when you have tilted womb, okay? Castor oil. That thing you guys think is a joke, but it is a miracle. That castor oil thing, it looks like a joke to you, but it is healing a lot of things. Castor oil, okay? And a lot of yoga positions, a lot of yoga. Okay, look at fertility yoga and work on that. Look at different fertility yoga, okay? There's a lot of fertility yoga. Girl, it helps, okay? It helps. Trust me when I say that. But yes, so that's another way you would deal with it. And if that doesn't work, like I mentioned, surgery. And even with surgery, there's about to be complications, but it is very possible. Like I said, in order for anything to happen, you will have to first of all believe it and then speak it into existence. It doesn't matter what your situation is, keep on speaking it. One day, it will come to pass. Oh yes, words are very powerful. Speak it. Yes, there's a lot of success stories that ladies that had tilted womb, they were able to have children. So do not give up. Never, ever, ever give up. Okay? So, number 3 is fibroid. Okay? So, like I mentioned before, okay, just like I mentioned with tilted womb, it is not impossible to have children with fibroid. Okay? Somebody I knew had fibroid and they were huge. She had 5 children. Bam, bam. Okay? I know. She had 5 kids. It is not impossible for some of you, okay? You are having difficulty because you have fibroid, you have ovarian cyst. It is difficult for you to get pregnant. So you just gave up your journey. Never give up on yourself. Okay? The only true person that can really believe in you so truly is you. Nobody can really believe in that vision, in that goal, more than you. So whatever you do, believe in yourself that it will happen. There's a story of somebody that I know, although they're not close to me, but they had ovarian cysts and she's pregnant. and about to deliver. So no matter what your situation is, just believe. Even if it takes years or you've been trying for years, sometimes you just need cleansing. Okay? So where that is concerned, the most things you would need. You know what? I'm actually going to bring it out, guys. Sorry. I know I have a whole bunch of herbs in here. So I'm actually going to bring it out for you guys because I want you guys to see this, okay? So, okay, that's one, then one, two, okay, three. And this with this on. And the lion. Sorry, I know you're hearing a whole bunch of noise. Just bear with me because I actually want to show you guys this. Maybe it'll be a lot more easier. Okay? So, when you are dealing with fibroid and ovarian cyst, you know what? I'm going to pause this video because I want to show you one more thing and it's not here. So I'm going to pause and then come back. Okay, so we are back. Like we were mentioning before, or like, so the ovarian cyst and fibroid can be a really big thing that could cause you to be infertile, okay? Infertile, sorry. So how you would treat that, okay? First of all, people don't really look at the liver, okay? When they're trying to treat a lot of diseases in their body. I see the liver is a major key to healing other things in your body, okay? Because the liver is the filter, okay? It filters out a lot of garbages that's unneeded because there's a lot of things we eat, okay? That come in the body that is not supposed to come in that body. So what the liver does now, it filters, it collects, and then it's filtering, okay? So the first thing we would need to do is cleanse the liver, okay? So what you can do, first thing in the morning, before you even eat anything, as soon as you wake up, the first thing you should do is squeeze a lemon in warm water, okay? Not hot water, warm water, okay? You see me say water. Hey, see the Niger coming in. Yes, squeeze fresh lemon or lime. I would prefer lemon, okay, in warm water. Drink that every morning, okay, 30 minutes before. If you give it an hour, it's even better, okay? 30 minutes before you eat anything, okay? So when you're done that, when you're going to bed, okay, this, okay, it's called dandelion, okay, for some of you. Let me bring it up so you can see that, okay, clear. There we go. So it's called dandelion. Now you can find different types. Even some of them come in a bag. All you need to do is just drop it in your cup and then put some hot water in there, okay, and have a sip of it. But dandelion also does the same thing, okay? It does the same thing. It cleanses the liver as well, guys. This is a powerful herb. Let me open it so you guys can actually see what it looks like. Okay, I've introduced this a couple of times in some of my videos, okay? Like, no joke, this stuff is good. Like, and they have different, this is dandelion roots, okay? So this is it. Let me bring it up closer. There we go. Yep. So you would just, if you don't have a tea bag, because usually I would just measure, as I mentioned, you would just measure 1 teaspoon, okay? 1 tablespoon, sorry. 1 tablespoon, okay, in your cup. Oh, no, you didn't. So you would just measure 1 tablespoon, okay, of the dandelion, okay? So once you're done that, you will strain it. That's if you don't have a tea bag. You would do this for at least 2 weeks to a month. Yes, it's serious. 2 weeks, minimum 2 weeks you would do this for, okay? Treating fibroid is a very, it's a very tough thing, especially if you have huge fibroids, especially if you're dealing with huge fibroids. It will take time for it to start to break to pieces and start to, yes, okay? So when you're done with that, the second thing now, okay, after the 2 weeks is done, the second thing that you would do, okay, let me make sure you guys can see this. This is called, can you see it? Chase tree, okay, berry, okay? Here you go. Yes, hopefully you saw that, okay? So, it is also called Vitex berry, okay? This is really good, guys. Don't sleep on this. Like, honestly, these are the things that really worked. Like, a lot of people give testimony to these things. Currently, I am working on someone. Like I said, I am not a professional. I am not a medical doctor, okay? So these are just the things that worked, okay? So bear with me. So what you would do with this, you will measure 1 tablespoon and pour it into your cup, okay? And then pour hot water, not warm water, hot water into that very same cup. And then leave it for about 20 minutes to 30 minutes to cool down, to really make sure everything in here absorbs into it. So this is what it looks like inside, okay? It's like looks like little round balls. Yeah, that's what I call it. But yeah, okay? So this is really when you want to treat your fibroid and bring it down really small pieces, okay, before you start trying, if that's something you want to do, okay? And you can do it for a few months and then go for your test again, your pelvic examination test, and to make sure everything is okay, and how your fibroid is. Or if you're not looking to even start or to even do any form of fertility journey or whatever, you can even do this to treat your fibroid. There's lots of testimonies. You thank me later. This is free stuff I'm giving to you guys, okay? So this every single morning, okay? Every morning and every night that you are going to bed, 1 tablespoon, okay? Every morning. You can do it after you have your breakfast, okay? So every morning, after you're done eating your breakfast, you would take 1 tablespoonful of this in your tea bag and then place it into your cup with hot water. Leave it for 15 to 30 minutes, okay? So all those things in the chasteberry can go right into that water, and then you drink it, okay? And then do it right after, right before you go to bed, okay? So this would be the same thing, okay? But you have to give them 30 minutes apart, okay? And give time for this to work before you place this in, okay? This is dong quai. Like, this is a Chinese herb. It's been used for centuries, girl. Okay? Okay, all these things I bought from Amazon, okay? But if you have a place close to you or a supermarket that sells these things and it's organic, girl, go ahead. You don't have to order, from Amazon like I did. If you guys want me to put this link down below, I will gladly do so, but let me know, okay? So you would do the same thing with these two, okay? Add it onto this, okay? Because a lot of you are anemic. Oh yes, and I will get down to it very soon. A lot of you are anemic, okay? So this is nettle leaves, okay? This is really good for you. So if you put all these 4 things together to treat that fibroid and that ovarian cyst, girl, that fibroid will be saying, oh no, I'm melting. Yeah, anyways. Yes. So the final thing you would need is your castor oil. Yes, you're like, girl, castor oil? Oh, heck yes. Castor oil to melt that bad boy. We want it gone. Okay? And your hot water bottle. So what you would do, you will boil hot water and place it in here. Leave it for 30 minutes because it will burn you, okay? So after you pour the hot water, just leave it there in your sink or whatever for 30 minutes to cool down. Trust me, 30 minutes, it is still like hot. When I say hot, it is still hot. Okay, so you're going to need this, and you're going to need a clean cloth. Okay, it doesn't have to be flannel, whatever they call it, cloth. You can use whatever the heck you want. Okay, as long as it can absorb. Okay, because you're going to need to pour this on your stomach first. What I did, and I still do, I would pour it into my palm. Okay, just a little, rub it, make sure it is warm, and then really give my belly a massage. So go in like circular motion and just really massage my belly, and just go in circular motions. Okay, so I don't want to go back and fix this camera, so I'm just going to raise this up. So the best way to do it, okay, so have your hands like this. Okay, oh Lord. Okay, so have your hands like this, right? And then place it right, below your belly button, and this should be touching your belly button, and this right here, okay, should be like a little bit above your pubic hair. Okay, so when you do that, just give it a little like touch, like press it in a little bit, not too much, because you don't want to burst that fibroid, because you don't want it burst, or that ovarian cyst. Okay, so just give it a nice massage. You want all of that area, your reproductive organs, you want it to be nice and warm. Okay, yeah, just give it that nice massage. So do that for about 5 minutes. Okay, so once you're done that, you're going to pour castor oil into that cloth. Okay, and then place it on your belly. Make sure that you're naked up, and from your pubic hair area up, you're naked. Okay, now, even if you're not naked all the way, just your stomach area. So from this area all the way to your pubic hair area, make sure it's fully, like, there's no clothing covering it. Okay, and then just place that cloth there, and then place this hot water bottle. Remember I said leave it, excuse me. Remember I said leave it for 30 minutes before you use it. Now you're going to place it right on your belly, laying down for about 30 to 45 minutes. You can even do this for an hour. Okay, so you do this 2 days after your period. Do not do this while you're on your period. Okay, do not do this while you are on your period, and please do not do it while you're ovulating. Some people do it. I don't recommend doing that. If you do, it is on your own terms, on you. Okay, do not do that while you are on your period, and do not do that while you are ovulating. Okay, you don't want to be messing with anything down there, or giving that deep tissue massage. Just imagine you ovulated, and then you met with your spouse, you ovulated, and then you got pregnant. You don't want to lose that baby by digging in all up in there, girl. So no, we're not touching that area. So this is, like I mentioned, 2 days after your period, and you stop a day before your ovulation. Okay, so for some of you that don't know how to calculate your ovulation date, I will do that video, but it wouldn't be in this video. It would be the video after this. Okay, so this is out of the way. Okay, so the next thing, right, is blocked tubes. A lot of us are dealing with blocked tubes. Yes, a lot of us women, and we don't want to talk. We don't want to say anything, and a lot of things can really cause you to have blocked tubes. Anyways, I know I'm ranting, and I'm this, and I'm talking about that, and people that are smoking right now are probably giving me that side eye like, yeah, I smoked and I did this. It's nothing to be proud of in the first place. I'm not judging you, but if you are smoking, you need to stop, because it can really cause a lot of other damages in the body, apart from, causing you to, yes. Anyways. So, smoking and drinking, if you're trying to conceive, you need to stop it, and you need to stack up on your vitamins, okay? Stack up on your greens and your vitamins. You need to be taking your vitamin, and stop smoking and drinking if you're trying to conceive. Sorry. Okay, moving on. I don't mean to insult my smokers, though. Sorry if you're smoking. Hey, it's your decision, your choice. At the end of the day, it's not a good thing. Okay? If you're trying to conceive for the sake of your child, quit smoking and pick up the greens and these things. It's more healthier for you. Okay? Better choices. Okay, so the next thing is weak cervix. Okay? Like I remember I mentioned before that some of you, when you conceive, right, your cervix opens and then the baby just flush out. You cannot carry up to 9 months. So for some of you that are in that situation, you need to be bed, like you need to be put on bed rest. Okay, you cannot be having sex, girl. There's no sex for you for the next 9 months. I'm so sorry. You know, like I don't mean to be making whatever, but you cannot be having sex, girl, for the next 9 months. Sorry, close that chapter. You need to close it. You cannot be having sex, because every time you have sex, you have miscarriages. No sex for the next 9 months. You need to make your partner understand, hey, if we both need this, if we both want it, I'm going to have to close my legs for the next 9 months. It's going to be hard, but we need to sacrifice and make sacrifices. You know, there are things you can do to strengthen your cervix, okay? They say there are exercises, but does it really strengthen it, you know? I will link it down below, okay? If I forgot to, you guys please remind me in the comment section what you can do to strengthen your cervix, okay? So, there's also herbs you can drink, okay? But at the end of the day, it's God. Trust in the Lord. Trust in God. Trust in God. Only God, Jesus, can really make all these things come to pass, okay? So, if you're in this situation, stay away from sex. Because every time you will have sex, that thing will open and that baby will come right out. It doesn't matter if it's 1 day old. It doesn't matter if that baby is 3 weeks. It doesn't matter if that baby is 9 months is good. What am I talking about? If the baby is 20 weeks, like it would just open, okay? So for those of you, you need to stay away from stress and you need to constantly rest. Yes, it might end up, you know, you might end up having a C-section, knock on wood, but it's better than losing your child. What would you rather? Be cut open, bring out your child, and you know, you have that beautiful joy in your hands, rather than losing the baby constantly. So if you guys want me to do a separate video about this where I elaborate on this, please let me know in the comment section. I will make a separate video about this, okay? So another reason why it is hard for a lot of women, okay, to conceive is because you have iron deficiency, okay? So a lot of you are anemic, okay? So you need to boost up your iron levels. It's very important. There's different things you can do. There's natural ways you can help boost your iron levels, okay? Because sometimes a lot of people, when they're on their monthly flow, they bleed more than other women. They are more heavier with their bleeding, okay? So you need to top up, okay? For some of you, it's every single month you're short, okay? You go into that anemic, okay? So if this is you, there's different things. If you guys want a video about this, let me know. And no, I keep saying if you want a separate video, because I don't want to make the video longer than an hour. It's already long as it is, but over an hour, I don't think you guys can handle sitting there listening to me for an hour. But hey, if you want me to prolong it, I can. But yes, you need to top up, because being anemic, being iron, having your iron low, okay, having iron deficiency, it can cause you to also be not infertile. It would just be harder, okay, for you to conceive. Okay, so for some of you, okay, the reason why it is harder for you to conceive, okay, because you're underweight. And Okay, and for some of you, you are obese, you're overweight. Okay, so it will be harder for you to conceive. So in order to do that, you need to first of all come down on your weight, okay, and lose some pound if you're overweight. And then for some of you, you need to up in your weight. Okay, so if you want to do that, there are several videos on YouTube you can watch. Okay, just up your calories. And it's harder to lose weight than to gain weight. Just saying. Okay, you can just pack up food and boom. Or maybe, forgive me, maybe for some people it's hard for them to really put on that weight. For some people it's harder for them to really lose that weight. So everybody's different. So I can't really say this is easy, because what's easy for A may not be easy for B. Okay, so another thing that could be causing you to be infertile or not to conceive is having low blood circulation in your uterus. Okay, so for some of you, you're always feeling, if you feel like your hands are always cold and your feet are always cold, you have low blood circulation. Okay, poor circulation is going on in that area. Okay, that can also cause a lot of things. Yes, it doesn't mean it will make you infertile. It would just mean that you'll find it harder to conceive if you, for some people, not all, some that have poor blood circulation. Okay, so the best way to get rid of that is fertility massage and exercises. Okay, and eating warm food. Okay, eating warm food. Okay, not spicy food, warm food. Warm food and exercises. Okay, exercises like answers to almost everything. It's really important that you do yoga. Okay, there's some yoga positions where you're stretching your lower abdomen. Okay, your reproductive organs. You're working on, because when you have good blood circulation, okay, it's very important. You might look at it like it's nothing, but a lot of women are having issues conceiving because they have poor circulation. Okay, it's releasing fresh oxygen, like blood, to your organs, fresh ones. Okay, that's what you want. You don't want something that's clogged up or something that doesn't circle properly. If something is not circulating properly, it can cause a lot of other damages in your body as well. So the next one is your hormones. So if you have hormonal imbalance, it can also cause you to not conceive. Yes, it can almost throw you into that infertile, being infertile, if I may say. Okay, so if you cannot conceive, please, like I said, go and do a pelvic examination test, your blood test, and your urine test. Okay, so you need to go to the doctor, okay, and make sure you have everything all good. Okay, so that's how you will find out if your hormones are in sync, if your hormones are in balance, if your hormones are balanced. Okay, so that's exactly one way you'll find out. Okay, so second to the last thing, having ectopic pregnancy. Okay, it can cause a lot of people to completely shut down and not have kids. When you have your first ectopic pregnancy, it's very painful. I tell you that. It feels like you're almost losing your life. Yeah. So if you are in this range and it's causing you to, that sometimes it comes with fear, right? So ectopic pregnancy just means your child is growing outside, the uterus, or growing outside of where it's supposed to grow, abnormal. Okay, so it's stuck either in a fallopian tube or it's stuck somewhere and it's not inside your uterus, if I may say. Yeah, so it doesn't pass down. You see, your fallopian tube have those fine hair, the fine hairs that brushes, those sperms down. Okay, and then it stays, because when your egg is released, it's brought to your fallopian tube, and it stays there for a couple of days because, you know, those fine hairs in your fallopian tubes are brushing them back and forth. Look at my hand. Are brushing them back and forth, and then it finally pushes it down to the right place to your womb, your uterus. And then that's where the baby will grow for the next 9 months. Some people count it as 10 months, but yeah. Yeah. So when that happens, it's stuck there and it can erupt. So when it erupts now, it can blow up your fallopian tube. So you can either lose the left side or the right side depending on where you had the ectopic pregnancy, okay? So like we mentioned, a lot of things can cause you to have ectopic pregnancy. You can have STD that can cause you to have ectopic pregnancy. You can even have bacteria clogged in there that you didn't know about, and it hasn't been fully cleansed yet. So because it hasn't been fully cleansed yet, it can cause a lot of damages. And how would you know, right? And there's some silent diseases that you don't even know about until you go and get yourself checked. That is why it's very important to get yourself checked every single year, because how would you know if you didn't get yourself checked, right? That you've got something wrong in there. That's why it's before you have a baby, go and get yourself examined. It's not just about, you know, having sex and boom, it's no, there's more to that. Complications can happen. Some people are just blessed. They don't have to think about that. It's like boom, 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 and done. But yeah, anyways. Yeah. So when that happens, if you are still left with at least one tube, or if your tube wasn't messed with, if it wasn't damaged, it is still very possible for you to have another child again. Okay? So don't be scared. So don't go having a baby right away and start trying right away. Chances are you will have another ectopic pregnancy. You have to give your body time to heal, at least a year or so to heal. Okay? To make sure your body completely forgets that it ever even went through that ectopic pregnancy, right? You have to kind of trick the body a little bit now to, right? For some of you, you go right away and have a baby and boom, another ectopic pregnancy happens again because that memory is still fresh, it's still there. It's like, yes, that's why the doctors say there's no guarantee, because they're not God. They don't know everything. They're not God. Anything can happen to anybody, right? We're not God. We don't have power over these things. So when this happens to you, you need to give yourself time to heal, and you need to do some healings yourself. You need to do some healing yourself. Don't just say, everything is okay. If I don't do this, I don't do that, I'm okay, whatever, whatever. No. You need to also be a part of the solution. You need to also be a part of your healing, okay? You can also be doing your castor oil pack. This solves a lot of things. People, you take this as a joke, but this is very powerful. Like, these two things are so powerful. Like, it's, you look at it like it's just oil and just, you know, a hot water bottle. Like, trust me, it's very powerful though. Don't test it. But yes, do that. Yoga, fertility yoga. You're going for your fertility massage, your acupuncture. That's also a major one, okay? For some of you, it's also a very major one to go for. And some people, they find it, the moment they start attending acupuncture, or the moment they start getting acupuncture treatment and mixed with acupressure, which is fertility massage, because with that they use castor oil and, you know, other things with, you know, massaging, and then they poke you with the needles and so on and so forth. They find when they do that for a year and they do cleansing with herbs, they immediately, they take in the following month. So try these things. It will work. I promise you. Do not let your last result or your whatever to be IVF. They will always tell you that. You don't have a choice but to do IVF. They will always tell you that. Bull crap. Because they want money. But instead of feeding money to their pocket, okay, you can do whatever the heck you want. That's your money, your life. I'm trying to help you save some bucks. You know what I'm saying? That can go into your generational wealth. Instead of letting your last hope to be in a human, let your last hope be in God. Because anything you place in the hands of the Lord will never fail. As long as you have that strong belief that one day that God will see you through, do your part and keep trusting him. He will see you through. And final but not the last and not the least, that I think I touched a little bit on this, is heavy metals. Heavy metals can really cause a lot of damages in your body. It can really cause a lot of damages. Like I'm holding on like a lot. Yes, it can really cause a lot of damages if you are dealing with heavy metals. Homegirl, get that checked, get that cleansed, get that removed. Like, it's not funny. It can cause you to be infertile, like on the real, like 0 to 100. No joke. It can cause you to be infertile, and it can also cause a lot of damages in the body as well. So you need to find natural ways to cleanse yourself to get rid of heavy metals, right? Some of these food that we eat, they're no good for us. We know that, but sometimes we don't have a choice. Sometimes it's just that go, go, go lifestyle that, the Canadian has. Okay, it's just go, 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 go. There's no pause. There's nothing unless you take, even while you're on a vacation, it's like go, 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 go. It's fast paced, So anyways, I'm going to leave this here. I don't want this video to be too long. It's already long enough as it is already. I have a feeling it's over an hour. Until I do my edit, then I will find out. But anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you so much if you've stayed till the end of this video. Like, thank you. Kudos to you guys. Like, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please hit the subscribe button. If you've stayed this long, hit that subscribe button. Click the bell notifications to always get my uploads. Okay, guys? I will see you on the next video. Okay? Stay blessed. Stay fresh. Okay? Until then, I will see you guys again. Bye. Yes. If you hear any noise in the background, sorry about that. So, y'all know I couldn't leave y'all without demonstrating what to do with the herbs, okay? Especially if you've got fibroid, okay? Like I mentioned, you can do everything all at once, or you can take 1 tablespoon, okay? And measure 1 tablespoon of each. So you can do 1 tablespoon of dandelion. This one, honestly, the best thing to do with this one is to do it during the night before you go to sleep, because your cells and everything, it's repairing everything. Your body is literally in repair mode, okay? So this would really help it, okay? So, okay. Or you can even have it. Okay, so with this herb, okay, I would say leave it for 30 minutes, okay? So after 30 minutes, you will see the color will change completely, okay? So once the color change, you will know, you see it's getting, you see the color is changing, it's looking very yellowish, okay? It's going to get a little bit more darker than that, okay? So once that happens, sometimes everything all just go all the way to the bottom and you only see the water up, okay? So you see all the seeds. Let me bring it up closer so you see that. Whoop. You see all the seeds, everything just go all the way to the very bottom, okay? So this, like I mentioned, you will drink this at least once a day. Okay, it's just tea, regular tea, natural herbs, regular tea. So before you go to bed, you would drink this. Okay, sorry, I couldn't leave y'all without demonstrating, okay? There are still some certain things that I mentioned in the video that I'm not going to demonstrate on this particular video because it's just going to be too much. I do not want this video to be over an hour. Even an hour, it's like, oh my goodness, you really have to be a fan. You really have to be like, oh my goodness, to really watch this for an hour. Because me, I get so bored easily watching a YouTube video for 1 hour. But if you need that solution, you're going to have to stick to the very end to get all the information. Okay, guys, I promise you, once you do this, you will see results. Okay, so this will start to get darker. Okay, so for the sake of the length of the video, I'm going to put all the herbs inside, but I do want you to see exactly what I am demonstrating. Okay, so the next thing, you can actually just go ahead and drink this, but you need to sieve it, right? Make sure when you, that's after 30 minutes. So you sieve it, okay? Making sure that you can even leave it up to an hour. You can leave it after an hour, then you can have it. Like the best way to really get all that benefits from that herb that you are, from anything really, is you put it in your water and you leave it. It's like rice water. If you guys have ever heard of rice water, people used to wash hair. To really get that nice benefit, they leave it overnight. Same thing with the herbs, but I wouldn't leave the herb overnight. That's just me though. Like 6 hours maximum, enough for me. And then I will warm it up, put water in the kettle, put it in the bowl, and then put my cup on it to give it, to make it warm again. Do not put it in the microwave. It will kill some of the benefits completely. Okay, so do not put it in the microwave. So the best thing is to warm it up. Okay, so the following thing that you would do, okay, after you've done this and you sieved it, I'm just being a little lazy, but I'm showing you guys. I will drink mine like this though. However, I will drink it like this for real. So, and then the next thing that you would do is you will go for the Vitex. Some people call it Vitex. I call it Vitex berry. Okay, so it's also called chaste tree berry. Okay, so this is what it's like I mentioned before. It looks like little poppy seeds. Okay, so if you can see that. Okay, there you go. So oops, there we go, everything's just falling. So you put one in there. So I'm going to add more water as I go. Let me clean up the mess first. Sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. Actually, maybe I did see it coming. I thought it wasn't going to pour out. Yes, there's so much benefits, okay, with the Vitex berry. But you also have to be careful so you do not overdo it, because it can also cause you to have hormonal imbalance if it's overdue, okay? So make sure you do not overdo anything. So because I'm going to have a lot of herbs in here, so if you can see this, okay, I am going to measure the water all the way to the very top. Okay, so I am done with my kettle. I'm going to put that kettle to one side. So because I'm going to have a lot of herbs in here, so I filled up my water, okay, to the very top. So the next thing I am going to do, I'm going to put another 1 cup of herbs inside. Okay, so that would be my nettle. So nettle has been very beneficial for many years. Okay, so a lot of people have just used just the nettle leaf, okay, just by itself, and then they've seen great benefits to that as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and measure my 1 tablespoon. Okay, so this is it. So with this, if you're anemic, it will definitely give it that nice boost. If you just want to increase, remember I said before I would do a video, if you guys wanted me to do a video showing you how to boost that that iron. Okay, so if you're iron deficient, okay, if you are anemic, this nettle leaf will definitely give you a boost. Okay, it will cleanse that area, strengthen your uterus. Okay, so you would add this in there as well. So let me show you. Okay, so you will add this in there. So the last but not the least, okay, drum roll please. Okay, so this is the last thing that you're going to put in. Like I mentioned before, you can decide, it's taking forever to open this thing. Like I mentioned before, you can either decide to do one at a time, okay, which works for some people better than doing everything all at once and then just having that drink of it. So this is Dong Quai. Some people call it Dong Kai, Dong Ki. There's different names people have for each things, okay? So this is it. So it's called Dong Quai. Some people call it Dong Kai. Some people call it Dong Ki. So it's Dong Quai, okay? So yes, 1 tablespoonful, and then you would just add that to your cup, and then what you would do, you would just give it a nice stir, okay? So, and this is what you're going to do. Like I said, the best way not to have a mess is to have it in a cup, okay? Is to have it in a cup. So once you put that into your cup, what you're going to, you have it in your tea bag, okay? So after you leave it in your tea bag, you put it in there. So it's easier to clean up after. But if you do not have it in your tea bag, you cannot. It's going to be a lot of mess, okay? And then you sieve. Sometimes you have to sieve over and over again because you don't want to drink this herb, okay? You want the actual water. You do not want to drink the herb. Okay, guys? So give it a nice stir, and then you leave it for about 30 minutes to 6 hours. Please do not go overnight. Do not do 24 hours, okay? Some people do. I don't recommend that. It's going to be too powerful for you, okay? Especially if you're doing this for the first time, do not go over 6 hours. It's going to be extremely potent, and you don't want that. You don't want it to be too potent for you, okay? Like 30 minutes for some people is beautiful. It's good enough. It's not too much, okay? But do not go over 6 hours. It's going to be too potent for you for the first time, especially if this is your first time trying this out, okay? So make sure you sieve it, okay? So once you're done, okay, and then you just have it, you drink it, okay? You can decide to do that before your breakfast or after your breakfast. I would say after your breakfast. And then the first thing you should be doing before your breakfast anyways is the lemon cleanse, right? Okay, so like I said, give it a try, okay? Everything, you give thanks to God and everything, okay? You just really have to trust the Lord, okay? God knows good things, and he giveth the children good things. He never denies us the good things, okay? So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you stayed to the end, thank you so much. I will see you guys on the next video. If you stayed, round of applause. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you in the next video, and bye-bye. Ooh-wee.